Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever and we're back in the Alps once again. You join me at the start of today's thrilling adventure ride in Locarno, where, as you can see, we've got some brand new buses deployed. I've added a couple of Macs to the existing line in order to move passengers around just a little more, so that hopefully we can keep the train system that we set up last time around well and truly fed to keep those profits coming in. Now, I've rolled forward to the end of the year since you last joined me, and the news that is fit to print was that we made just shy of 900 grand from all operations, which were up on the previous year, which is always a good sign. Now, we spent 700k on new vehicles, as you can see. We also bought some new trams. Okay, there's a spoiler. I'll show you those in a moment. So 700k plus the 900, there's 1.6, plus the 345 in interest takes us to just shy of the 2 million mark overall. Now, getting that interest down, as much as I'm likely to run up even more debt in the near future, getting the interest down is kind of key, because that's money that's wasted. So going a little more gently on expansion for a while certainly wouldn't do me any harm. But for the moment, I thought we'd ride around on this. It doesn't look like the smoothest of rides, does it? And that, although the suspension seems to be handling it, this wheel that is not exactly what you might call centered. Right, well, let's go and have a look at something else that's happening. So in Bellinzona, was it Bellinzona or was it Biasca? Bellinzona, I've also added a couple of Macs onto there in order to take advantage of some of these bus passengers that are waiting. And then up in Biasca, we added a new tram, and it should stick out like a sore thumb, because it doesn't look like it's a steam hobbyist's backyard invention. Let's have a look. Rock's doing the hokey coke. There it is. There we are. Right, let's tune in here. There we go. So here's the new tram. 11 passenger capacity. It's very slim, but it's also pretty elegant as trams go. And with a bit of luck, it will help ensure that again the same train line is well and truly flooded with passengers who want to go and see the bright lights of Locarno, or possibly Bern. We'll have to wait. So what are we going to do in today's episode? Well, I've been looking at some of the cargo oversupply. So I've added a couple of extra trucks here to go get coal, because the coal line is kind of part and parcel of keeping tools working. But we get multiple hits from goods there. So obviously, we get the steel, and we get the payoff for dropping the coal off for the steel, and we get the payoff for dropping the iron ore for the steel, and then we got the payoff for the steel being dropped at the docks, and then we get the payoff from the steel being... You get the idea. This multiple setup route is paying me in numerous ways, and therefore it's worthwhile kind of maximising that. Anybody carrying 3 tools? Plenty. Although I think you do have a stop off on the way, so those are possibly leftover tools that we've got on there. But yes, getting a bit more picked up from some of these different lines we've got going on, and Thun here, the pronunciation of which I've been informed is entirely wrong. But there you go. I'm anglicising because I care. And yes, so Thun is well, it's overdue at a bit of a reorganise here. I mean, look, this chancer is having to manoeuvre very carefully, because that's only made of wood. He nudges that, and there's several hundred tons of iron ore and steam ploughing into the river, and that will be a disaster for everyone. Anyway, stay tuned, and a disaster for everyone is sure to arrive in due course. Right then, to start today's adventure, I want to take a visit to a depot. Yeah, it's not the most auspicious of depots, but this is where we're going to kick off, because we had a couple of new locomotives arrive at the end of the year and a whole slew of different wagons to go with them. Now, there's a lot I want to do with freight as time goes on, but when you're looking at the A35 and the 442 Atlantic turning up at the same time, you have to go, well, I probably ought to have one of those then, huh? So the Milwaukee or the Atlantic is going to be the one I'm going to choose to play with, purely because we've been doing quite a bit of European stuff lately, and it's high time we put some American metal back into work. So at 1.7 million for one of those, just have a quick look at the wagon options to go with it. I imagine it's going to be this 6-axle job, which is 789 grand each, right? So we're going to want, I'd say, 3 or 4 of those to make a compelling passenger unit, surely. Yeah, and I think that's almost certain. I could go for the 3.5, but it's $500,000 more expensive, and it's not that much more highly performing. I like it. Right, okay, well, I think that's what we're going to go with, but we're not going to go with it here. So I've been reviewing, abrupt camera angles there. I've been reviewing the situation, and it looks to me like Erstfeld could be the low-hanging fruit as far as getting a new train up and running is concerned. Although the Beckenried, Altdorf, Enetbergen. Are we carrying on from Enetbergen? See, I only built this recently, and I still can't remember exactly where it goes. No, there we go. So it's a backing service into Enetbergen. And then Wolfenschiessen. See, I mean, that's a good chunky bit of railroad there, railway, depending on your proclivity. So it's very tempting to do that. But I want to continue connecting up new towns for as long as possible. And I see, I mean, we could swing across to Bristol here, which is somewhere that until 2 seconds ago I wasn't even aware existed, and then push on to Gurtnellen and the Highway Express. I like it. All right. Well, I think you liking it is usually the sign that we're committing to a project. Right. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. Now, where am I going to stick a station, I wonder? Now, this might be the ideal location for something of an underground nature, but hold your horses for a moment. We're not ready to commit to an underground station just yet. Underground passenger station. It really depends how much they're going to charge me for the privilege. What are we looking at here? 240 platform length, 2 tracks. That's pretty good. Well, we might as well build 4 tracks now. Always build tracks in the middle. Does it make a big difference? It doesn't make a difference at the price. The question is, does it make a difference to anything else? Include tram track? No, I don't think we will. So if we were to put this here, now obviously I'm going to have some excavating to do to get this working. There's the road. There's the entryway. Where would you put that then? I think I'm going to have to experiment with this in order to get it to work, but going underground here seems to make some sense at least. So I'm going to put it in. I'm committing to this. This is something that's happening. There we go. Right. Now, good luck making anything happen out of that. Right. Let's put some street off that. That would seem to be. Yeah. You see, you can't do large, so we'll stick with medium. I think connecting this up first is potentially a really bad idea. But hey, we'll do it anyway and see where we get to. And a bit of that. Come on, I want it to look flattish. Flat-esque will do me. And then the AI can make mincemeat out of it later on. And it will be what it is. Reach for the sky, why don't you? There we go. Right, let's do a bit of that. Let's not do a bit of that. Let's get some track laid in here, and then we can figure out exactly what sort of scheme we're doing after that. Why are you giving me I don't want a terrain alignment collision. You should just be able to. Or you? Why? It's because you've broken the surface, isn't it? This may well end up being a couple of $100 down the proverbial pan here. Should have built deeper. All right, okay, well, you know, live and learn. Right, let's try that again. Get rid of it. All right, I did. That might even have been salvageable. I don't know, but we'll go deeper and try that once more, and hopefully there will be the laughter and the joy coming out of this one. Now, if this doesn't work, why are you not working? Right, underground. It's a fairly simple concept. Oh, all right. If I go deeper, it'll be quite happy, right? I don't really want to go any deeper though, if I'm honest. Especially not at $100 for such a short section of track. I mean, this is very expensive. I was hoping I might have a slush fund with which to, you know, build something compelling off the other side of this. I'm going to do am I? I don't think that's wise. Hold on, no. Oh, this was a sound investment. Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. All right. Okay, well, hold on. Now, if we can get one track in, we can get many tracks in. That's what I've always said. Let's try that, and then snap you along the side. Maybe I'm just attempting to connect up wrong. Let's have a look. How about that? Just do a little bit, because after you've done a little bit, we can make things happen. There you go. That'll work. All right, fine. Good. Right. I haven't got the cash, but that is going to make some kind of an effect at some point. Right. Let's take out a quick million. That's the only number I get out of bed for these days, and then reconnect that back up. Et voila. And then do you want to play the game there? There you go. Whiz that around there. Give the AI something to think about. And then, right, so, yes. Now, this is going to be expensive, trying to get this up to the surface. I'm going to take this main connecting road out in the interim, because I plan to emerge from the ground somewhere along the way here. Although, I'm going to let you know right now, the odds of getting one of the more expensive locomotives in service at this point aren't looking great. 300,000. It's daylight robbery. Okay, good. I don't know why I've got 4 tracks on there. Incidentally, I've got no plan at the current time. I mean, that shouldn't come as the biggest surprise you've ever had. It just felt like it might be a good idea to get that put in place now. And then we could figure out what we were doing with it a little later on. Now then, if I just take you the entire rest of the way. Now I don't mind this little bit of bridge we've got going on here. I think it looks rather swelligant. There we go. Now that gives me 500,000. Flaming heck. All right, not cheap, but scenic. Oh my gosh, yes. There you go. Let's take it all the way over to there. Another 200,000. We might as well pay it. Let's come on, keep them. All that talk about paying your loan back, yeah, that's gone out the window, hasn't it? Right. Something like that. Is that a connection? That was a connection. Right. Now, if we're going to be lucky, and I don't see why we should be, we'll be able to get some kind of junctionette over here, so that I can reverse this service properly. See, that looks like it's worked, and at the same time, it looks like it hasn't. It does look more like it's worked than it hasn't worked, though. So we'll just have to see if it works or not. Anyway, there we go. Right. So now, theoretically, I could run I could extend. In fact, that's going to be the more sensible thing to do, isn't it? Would be to extend the service I'm running on there at the moment. how many, where are you? Here we are. This is the Beckenried Ennet Bergen. And what are you? We've got one train on there. I'll tell you what, in order to save myself some cash and run on something that's already working, we shall just go for a straight replacement on here. So let's reset vehicle, and then we're going to want it to haul a fair amount. So I'm going to go with the Atlantic. Go on, stick it on, that's it. And then wagon-wise, we'll go with the 6-axle, which is perchance overkill. 4 extra passengers at a cost of 200 grand. No, that's not good bang for buck. The 3-axle is by far superior, but it was German, so we can't use it. What's our alternative? That only does 50. That's no good. What about the clerestory? No, too slow. If you're going to have a locomotive that will do 100 kilometers an hour, then you might as well add wagons that will do similar. Right, 1, 2, 3. What does that give us? 56. No, not 56. Do the maths again. 54. Go again. I'd like one more, ideally. So have one more. There we go. Right, I think that's a capacity of 70. Although I'm not doing the maths at the current time, so we'll just have to wait and see. Right, I'm going to take out a maximum loan here. What do we need? 5.6. My goodness, this better pay off in a hurry, hasn't it? I want to replace it now. Yes. Okay, that's only actually set me back 3 and a bit million, only. And then let's follow the train and see where we get out of it. Now, the thinking here is that because this is a nice long route, it should make some nice big money when we put a faster service on there, because obviously you get paid by the speed. Well, it's not the speed, it's the time spent between distances. And I'll actually show you this off, because there have been some debates on the subject. So ticket price per kilometre is currently 550 of your finest dollars. Now, when we replace that, it should go up. Either that, or I've just been living a lie this entire time, which will be quite a disappointment to me, because everything I know is that the price goes up the faster service you put on there, and that it will always default to whatever the slowest thing you've got on that route. So if you put something with a max speed of, say, 50 kilometers an hour, that will be the price per kilometer that you get paid. Now, I think this is part and parcel of balancing the game as you progress through and trains become more capable of hauling stuff around at a respectable speed. There we go, because obviously their running costs go up. Right, and then presto, Atlantico, if you'd be so kind-o. There you go. So we've jumped up to 674. I, for one, am more than a little relieved to see that everything that I held true was in fact true. So we've got a capacity of 90. Now this is going to pay off like a beast when it gets to its destination. Currently heading for Beckenried. Right, I'm going to set my camera up in a strategic position to watch this happen, I think. This would be the more... It's a very unglamorous bit of the town, though, has to be said. But there we go. This should pay off very nicely as it goes sailing past in that way that trains frequently sail. Splendid. But that has put a major dent in my remaining spend capacity. So I've got 4 million available to spend. We've spent 2 million on construction and another 3 on, well, 3.3. So that's what are we talking here? That's 5.3 plus the interest is 5.6 over the course of this year. Hold on, train. I wanted to follow you along. Now, it's not going very fast right now because it's going uphill. I had hoped, with the level of horsepower you were advertised as having, that this would not be something that you were afflicted by. There you go. This is a flat slash downhill here. I want to see you hoik it. Come on, get the lead out. Engage afterburners, if such a thing exists. Come on, let's go. Open her up. It's more like it. I can't possibly have too many cars on there. You know, this is a perfectly well balanced load. I mean, let's go. I mean, my engine driver slash fireman there, he's just standing legs akimbo in the middle of the cab. You possibly can't make out the fire there, but he'll be warming himself in quite a pleasant fashion, I've no doubt. All right, so the acceleration on the Atlantic is not all that. We're even on a gentle downhill here. This should be rocketing. Now the Mogul that we were running before was doing 75 as it approached the corner into Ennetbergen, and now it had a bit of a downhill advantage going on there. But the advertised speed of this beast is 100, and this is the long bit. Now the price per kilometre will still pay off, but it would be nice if it actually, you know. Oh, there we go, 76. Well, hey, we're 1 kilometre an hour faster than the previous service. Oh well, it's better than nothing, and the payday that's about to come up should be well worth it. Let's have a look. And then once we get to here, we'll stick pause on, and we'll add the new station into the mix as well. Go on, tell me it's a happy payday. 96 grand. Is that good? Presumably that's quite good. Right, okay. So let's swing around here. In fact, let's get the route up. That would have been a sensible thing to do first. Do that. Give it a bit of this. Here we go. And then I have so much distrust of what's about to happen here. Right, from Altdorf we go up to Erstfeld, then back to Altdorf. Well, the good news is that underground switch seems to be working. Excellent. Right, unpause. Not that I really needed to pause there, but I felt like it was a judicious thing to do in case it didn't work. So we need to set up a commuting route here. Now I feel like doing trams, but I'm not going to touch trams again because they are woefully expensive, and I have a plan for making them less so. Actually, I didn't even want that there. Get rid of that. Let's put a full tram station here. We won't put the hectic big one on, but let's put something in there. There we go. That way we've got a nice turnaround, and then where will the good people of Erstfeld want to be commuted from? Let's go over here, and then let's bang it out. It'd be nice if you looped round. And I don't want to. There's a reason the AI hasn't built any road here. It's because it doesn't want to pay the expense. It's going to make me do it. All right, let's have a look. One building will be removed. I'd rather it didn't. There we go. That's better. That's good. Yeah. No. We had it. That'll do. It's quite steep, mind you, but at least we're getting round in a. That's never going to fly. That's no. No, we're going to need okay, we're going to need an interesting bridge. And this is an interesting bridge. Oh, I like it. It's very expensive. Now, if you can get down here without complaining about too much slope, now we're on to something. All right, that's Madness Incorporated. We're going to take out this. I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. What I want to do is I want to take out this little bit of road here, and if I stick a bit there, just sit there. And what I want to do is take out this bit of road. I don't want to get rid of the factory, and try and smooth that so that it'll work. Right, maybe that's a mission for when I've got a little bit more cash. Right, let's just accelerate briefly to get some cash coming in, because obviously if I don't set up an internal commuter route here, then well, the number of passengers that actually end up using this very expensive station and an equally expensive train is going to be somewhat limited. In your own time, you know what? I could just borrow it, but I'd sooner you dolloped some cash in my bank account, and I'll do it that way. Thank you. There you go. See, all you have to do is ask. Right, that should give me enough to actually finish this off. So the question is, which way do we want to go? We'll go over here, and then we'll go up and round the top of the town. Now, I don't expect many people will want to use it at the current time, but it's gonna be properly worth it. The magnificent views that one could get from there will be quite something. All right, one more maybe? Where are we there? Nah, everybody else can walk. Stuff them. Right, okay, good. Now, depot up, and what are you? You're a gas station used to sell buses and trucks. Okay, are you too modern, though? You are a little modern. Yeah, very much a little modern for 1902. Expect to turn up later on. Why don't you? Right, let's plop that in there, and then you know what else we'll do first? We'll set up the route. So there we go, Erstfeld. Only recently added to civilization, and already it's getting the latest and greatest bus route. And around. Now it does take quite the scenic route, and then back to High Street and back the way we came. In that way, I regularly do. Alexander and Queens, and then back to base camp. So yeah, I mean, this is as a town, I suspect. Let's go ERS for Erstfeld, right? Oh, you're going to be vague about it. ERS Alexander. Oh, and now that I've moved in, we've got upgrades going on galore. So this was clearly something that the townsfolk were hoping for. Now I've got no money, which is slightly disappointing. So I'll borrow some more. What the heck? We're in this now. We'll stick 4 on there. Erstfeld, Alexander. Right, get underway there, chaps. I might even give you your very own colour, and we'll try and find something that is greeny white, given the specific mountain vista that you have going on ahead of you. Greeny white. How about a very pale green? Well, that's inoffensive, I suppose, but it's quite boring at the same time. What about a slightly more vivid green? All right, the slightly more vivid green it is. That'll do the job. So yeah, look at this. Construction a go-go. After mere moments of declaring the town open for business. That's jolly promising. And there is my station. Strange, but true. Erstfeld. Very cool. Well, we've got passengers turning up already, so this is all go, and I'm sure the AI will be rapidly slinging a couple of buildings up by the side of the station. So that's has every chance of paying off quite nicely. Let's go and find our Atlantic and see how it's getting on. Why are there so... Oh, there'll be a load of people waiting here because the train dropped off recently. But since we're in the area, let's do a quick drone flight up the mountain, shall we? Now, someone already suggested that what would be particularly splendid would be a tram route that went right from the top to the bottom of this mountain as we continue up here, and then we run out of road. but where we're going, we don't need. Yeah. And I mean, there isn't anywhere else for that to go, but it would make for, we could do Altdorf all the way up to Unterschachen here, which, to be honest, we already do. Yeah, but we could extend the tram route further down the mountain, all the way to the bus station here, and that would be quite something. Given that at the moment they interchange around here to hop from the tram onto a bus in order to go the rest of the way. What I had hoped would happen would be that we'd start to see some town development going on around here, because that will improve my train services immeasurably. What's going on there? No, I don't. Whatever it is you think you're doing there, don't. No, that's all wrong. That's better. Yeah, see, much more civilized. And then, presumably, actually, if we use the old magic wand here, we can just upgrade it. There we are. That's better. So I don't know. Maybe with that connected, they'll have a think about maybe doing a bit of building. And then I need to put in this main road again that I've deleted. And there's another one as well. Where's the one I removed earlier? This one here. Now we could possibly do something exciting with that. We've got a coal mine up there. Potentially, I will upgrade that later on if the existing coal service needs a little bit more oomph. But end of the month again. The way that months have a tendency to do. Now, can we get? Yes, we can get a road under there. So what I want to do is I'll take a nice big fat highway up alongside the train tracks here. We'll connect it up to replenish the existing main route that we had, and then we'll whip in a little more underneath, and that will look absolutely smashing. Though I say so myself. Come on, I don't need much. I only need 44 and change to do this first section. A train arriving will usually do the trick, or a ship. Anytime you like, because this is not riveting entertainment. Come on, and there we go. That's a start at least. Of course, all I built there is just a big strip of road that doesn't do anything. Let's get rid of that and then finish it off by going on to there. Another 20k. Look, I'll tell you what. I'm going to borrow the money. We'll get this built, and then I'll pay it back as my ships come in, as they surely will. Now, this is possibly a little overkill for this road, but no, I don't think it's overkill at all. That's a magnificent modern highway. The question is, can we get a little bit of less magnificent medium highway underneath? Answer, yes. Too much slope. Where's the... No. I don't need you to connect to the track. All right? There we are. Just get underneath. Like that. There we go. I disconnected it there by holding shift, which tells things not to snap in the way that it would normally. Right, that's all done. Well, that's good. Right, now, the next step for that is going to be to run additional services down there, but obviously I'm in no position to buy another one of those Atlantic setups, because as we can see, the demand, 68 over there, and Enetberg, and Enetberg is nothing but demand. Where are we? 12. All right. Oh no, maybe we are delivering according to plan here. So we're 247k up for the year. The running costs are up, but then so is the income. So that should, over time, pay off quite nicely. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this time. I need to build up my cash reserves again before I start thinking about what I'm going to do with freight. Now, many of you have suggested that simply by occupying all the demand that I've got already, so all of those goods waiting or passengers or whatever it may be, that I would be super rich very quickly. And as I mentioned in one of the replies, yes, you're absolutely right, I would be. But in order to keep things interesting, I need to hop from project to project as each episode ticks by. as the Colonel Cam does what it does so well, matching the pace of the train very nice. Oh, that train's getting away. Gonna have to zoom out a bit to make that work. Come on, pull level with the loco, and then we're golden. And then I shall continue talking about that thing I was talking about. There we go. No, 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 no. Oh, you've blown it. There you go. That's it. Colonel Cam, ladies and gentlemen, available as DLC shortly. What was I saying? Yes. So rather than spend 4 million, for example, on adding the number of ships that I need to properly hit demand, instead, I need to use that money in order to set up fresh stuff. That way, we can do something a little bit different each time, even though the little bit different in question might be a little bit more of the same. Anyway, look at this. I heartily recommend it, you know. All I'm doing is I'm just holding W and doing an occasional bit of steering with the mouse. But it allows you to track it along very nicely. No, I don't want to see this. I want to see it coming in. There we go. Right, anyway, that'll wrap it up for today. I'll be back very soon, and I think I'm gonna try and go for goods again in the next episode. Hopefully train based, but if not, we'll take some ships on and get them moving. Now, it probably won't be a fresh route. It'll probably be an enhancement of a route we've got already, but it's sure to be a lot of fun anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Chuck a like at it if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on whatever the hell it is I get up to next time. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching, and cheerio.